What's up, everybody? We are, well, we're back. Happy Minecraft Mondays to you. Thank you for tuning in. As it looks right here, we aren't in the colony. We somehow find ourselves in the end because, well, we kind of need these bricks and stuff like that right here in front of us. And, well, I had to come. This was a journey. I want you all to know that. Like this, so far away. I was like looking up online and everything like that, and then it was like, oh, just follow the quest book. And I was like, oh, I'll follow the quest book. Followed the quest book, and it just said like use the normal method of like getting to the end. So did all that. In fact, I should have. Where's my pick? My pick. My picky pick. Pick. Actually need a couple of these. It's a shame that this structure has to be broken. But I need these end bricks. A lot of Endermen and stuff like that around here. But, anyways, while we're getting all those things, we'll just pop back around. Today's agenda: I'm exploring the end, getting the stuff needed to start moving into tier 5. Mostly because the warehouse is full. Like, everyone else is gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get the tier 5 because I want to, you know, progress and stuff like that. No. My warehouse is full. That's the only reason. Sure, the buildings look fancy, but the warehouse is full. It needs to be upgraded. And in order to do that, I gotta have a tier 5 builder's hut in order to make a tier 5 warehouse. So, so confession time. Confession time here is that 64, what the heck is... Oh, okay. Confession is I've never actually beat vanilla Minecraft. Like, that's just never been a thing. I've been to the end before in vanilla Minecraft, but I've never actually like beat the dragon or anything like that. A lot of the times I play in these mod packs either with friends or something along those lines. So what is this? Myelite. So like this is kind of like the first time I'm experiencing the end and like a very long time. I don't really know what's in store. What is this? I want to know. Can you show me? Ooh, this is zinc indoor. Okay. All right. Well, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen when I come over here. I think one of the mods that are in is called like better end or something like that. I know not to look at the Enderman. I know that. Learned that one the hard way before. I did, however, set up a waystone. Angelicite ore. What is that? Do I shoot that? Do I need to shoot that? I feel like I need to shoot those. Like, from what I've seen watching other series, such as, like, Hermitcraft and everything like that, I know that people shoot these. I feel like that's what I need to do. Like, is that what it's telling me to do? Is to... Ow. What? 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 Is this... Ow. Okay, so those things were popping up. Okay, so this is... Hello? Okay, alright, sir. Sir. We'll be right back after these brief announcements to me, I guess, taking out this Ender Dragon. I didn't know if this is how it was gonna go, but yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment. Ooh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Look it up. Like, ooh. Am I hurting? E. Ah. E. All right. Okay. Okay. That wasn't nearly as bad. Yeah. Let's let's head back to the, oh, hello. Let's head back to the colony now that we are able to come here and, like, actually do all the things that we need to do. Huzzah! All right, hey, hi, how's it going? Okay, we're back. We're just gonna, we'll take that torch out. Wait. No, I wanted an empty, whatever. All right, anyways, hey, we're back. Okay, so, did the whole end thing, killed the dragon. That was actually really tough. I was gonna show the footage, but like it was me cowering in that tower and just swiping repeatedly with my several different swords. It wasn't good. Okay, like I understand that this mod pack totally wanted me to use like Ars Nouveau and like Mechanism and Silent Gear, and I didn't do any of that. I just kind of cowered around and did it. It wasn't entertaining. So instead, we're focusing on what this playthrough is all about, which is Minecolonies. Absolutely. Anyways, the whole point of us going to the end was simply because we needed to be able to get end bricks, I believe, so that we can, yeah, I think it's end bricks. We'll go check in a second. But it was to get end bricks so that we can keep upgrading our things to tier 5, which now that we have access to the end will make things so much easier, which is fantastic. So that's what's on the docket for today and for this week's video is we went to the end, we got everything, and we're going to start upgrading things to T5. And yep, there we go. Okay, we're back. Computer was definitely not happy for a second. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be upgrading everything to T5. And, well, yeah, why don't we just go ahead and just get started with that real quick. Following that, few time lapses here and there, we're going to make sure we have all the buildings we need. We're going to make sure that our research is definitely going very much underway. And taking a look at what in-game looks like for a Caledonia style, well, colony. Really. I might do a little bit more touching up to the player base as well, but I think all in all, that we're seeing some really great progress here, and it's been a blast having you guys along with me for the ride. So I'm going to swipe my sword to kind of hopefully kick things off into a time lapse and not kill anybody. So let's go ahead and get started with Neely DeYancey's build hut right here. Hey guys, this is Editor Rev coming in with not only more music recommendations, but also just kind of want to take a second to kind of just be excited for a moment. We hit over 100 subscribers as I've been recording this, and oh, it's just, that's so cool. That's so crazy. And like just watching the interactions, all the comments, all the music recommendations, like the helpful hints from all you guys has just been, it's been a blast. And I really don't know how else to express this, but it really comes down to I didn't expect to see this level of engagement and just interaction in Minecraft. Crazy, but I've definitely been enjoying it. I think it is awesome that you guys are tuning in every Monday. I'm loving this. It's I really can't thank you guys enough for jumping in and tuning in and stuff like that. And of course, by all means, please keep the music recommendations coming. I mentioned this in the video as well after this particular bit, but they really do mean the world to me. And I do have an ongoing playlist that I'll hopefully be able to share at some point when I get to that particular milestone with YouTube to be able to include like links and stuff like that. So amazing, love it, it's fantastic. What we're seeing right now in the time lapse, just to kind of give a little bit of background information before I jump into the music recommendation for this week, which is inspired by a commentator, is that a lot of these buildings are quickly being upgraded to tier 5. You saw there at the beginning the builder's hut. This is the flower building, the apiary and stuff like that. Most of them were actually pretty quick. I believe the shortest was like 1:25 it took from like start to finish, all the way to about 15 minutes, I believe, for some of the more larger buildings. And I've done a few other ones as well besides this, but these are the ones that kind of look the best. You can actually see some like noticeable improvements as the Caledonia like upgrades from tier 4 to tier 5 showcase pretty well here. So it's definitely really nice. Definitely nice and fun. Honorable mention from last week, I want to hit on this one real quick, is I couldn't recall what the song was that had been plaguing me for years. Someone actually came through and helped me with it, and it was the song Jump, Jive, and Wail by the Red Swing Cat, or the Swing Cat Orchestra. I am blanking on the full-on artist name right now, but the song name was Jump, Jive, and Wail, and it was a more rockabilly as opposed to jazz was the genre. So I just kind of wanted to jump in and kind of say that someone did come clutch. They reached out to me. They found it. Made my week. You have no idea. Which then leads me into talking about a commentator who jumped in. Ooh, it was like midway through. I was recording the episodes. I was going through everything, and someone had suggested, I believe it was The Midnight and Time Cop. I believe that was Cookies and Milk, which I believe Cookies and Milk also like recommended a couple other things too. But I was listening to that, and it got me into a synth pop vibe, and it made me start thinking about some of my favorite synth pop artists that I kind of continue to go back to. And which was really hard for me, actually, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys, is there's a lot of good synth music out there. Not just synth music, but like synth pop. There's really just good EDM type music and so good. Anyways, the music recommendation that I have for you all this week is a synth pop band called Gunship. Really, really great. It's honestly really difficult to go wrong with any of their songs. They've been making music for years at this point. But the song that I really want to just kind of highlight is Dark All Day by Gunship. Really good. If you have the ability to watch the music video that they had, fantastic, go for it. If not for the music itself, but for the amazing stage presence that the saxophone player who comes in as a guest that performs for the song. Man, I can't stress enough how cool already synth pop music is, with like just the way that people are able to convey just different techniques, different rhythms, beats, like the lyrics, everything all coming through. There's so much room for experimentation, but to have this like synth pop vibe and then have it accented with like this amazing jazz saxophone from like the 80s, chef's kiss. Like it is so powerful. The Gunship has not a couple, but they definitely have several songs where I'm blanking on his last name right now. It's in my notes and I can't read my chicken scratch. But Tom comes in and he does several tracks with them where he just lays down this really good funky like 80s jazz just saxophone, and it just sounds so good. Super recommend that. And again, huge shout out to Cookies and Milk, or Cookies and Cream, who had recommended The Midnight and very similar music to that, because I started listening to those and I just fell down. I started listening to like the entire Gunship discography, and man, I know I often will talk about like my synesthesia in these particular moments, and it just really does something wonderful. I think they have a really good handle on just their music as a whole, and with the way that my synesthesia works, like their music blends very well into just what I see when I hear, the synthesizers, and I hear that jazz sax, and when I hear the guitar and the way the vocalist's colors and everything like that comes through, it really paints a beautiful picture. So huge shout out to them for this week. Synth pop is like the name of the game. But that doesn't, like, I don't want that to stop you guys from, like, recommended stuff for me. Like, it doesn't need to be synth pop, but by all means, check it out. There's a lot of great synth pop artists out there. But also, if there is music that you think I would enjoy listening to, please comment it down below right now. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. Just give me some music recommendations. Huge fan of it. Always looking for new and exciting things to listen to. I listen to a variety of music, if that hasn't been obvious at all from these music recommendations. But, oh, that's it. That's the song. Which I will say, come here. It is so hard to narrow down a single song choice for you guys each week. Every week, I'm trying to, like, pick something that isn't too mainstream, maybe something that's a little bit on the older side, maybe something that's just a little bit more on the unique side, really introduce people to, like, different genres of music and stuff like that. And let me tell you, it is so difficult. I'm always afraid of, like, picking something that's, like, really mainstream and it's difficult. It's really hard. So I think I've been doing a pretty good job so far. I have, like, a list literally right here in front of me that I'm constantly referring to, and when you guys recommend me something, I see, like, if that connects in some way, and then that usually, like, bumps things up and everything like that. But no, this week, synth pop, Gunship, you can't go wrong with it. Dark All Day is my personal favorite of them. I've literally been listening to that song on repeat probably since Wednesday of last week, since you guys are seeing this now on Monday. And honestly, I'm probably gonna listen to that song a couple more times today too, if we're being completely transparent. So check that out. Honorable mention to Jump Jive and Whale from last week. That was the original song that I was trying to find, but I couldn't. It's been like my white whale. It's more of a rockabilly, very old, like 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s type of vibe right there. Much different from a lot of the songs that we've talked about on these Minecraft Monday videos. But yeah, colors are great. We love it. With that being said, though, the time lapses here are going to be coming to an end. We're going to be jumping back over to my past self, which will be present for you all and all of that. But again, please, thanks for hanging out. I definitely enjoy this. Huge milestone with over 100 subscribers. Huge milestone with a lot of the views that we've been getting on the videos. You guys are great. I love the community that we're building here with all the songs, with just the overall vibes, the helpful hints here and there. It's been fantastic, and I can't wait to continue growing with you guys and just honestly discovering new music. It's a great feeling to have. So I'm gonna let the rest of the lo-fi beats play out in the background while we kind of wrap up these time lapses, and just want to thank you guys all once again for all the support. This is Editor Rev signing out, or tuning off. Turning off? I don't know. I'll turn the volume down on this particular voice, and we'll just kind of jump back over there. Thanks again, guys. And we're back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those time lapses as well as the song recommendations for this week. The song actually kind of was inspired by the commenter Cookies and Milk. I hope that's the name. At least that's the name that's showing in my little notifications. But they had suggested some synth pop, and that got me just like in the mood for the song recommendation for, well, what you guys heard. So yeah, awesome. Anyways, we're starting back here in the warehouse because I discovered something about the warehouse that I didn't see in the wiki, and that probably would have saved me a whole bunch of time and not having to rush to get it to level 5. Anyways, the warehouse is in fact level 5. It's got a nice little upstairs, and I've upgraded the storage all the way so it can hold a ton of things. In fact, you can already see right here, it's got like 3,500 wheat seed. I'm never going to use that much wheat seed. It's insane. The cake and everything like that. Well, anyways, I was messing around with the warehouse UI, and I was looking around. I was like, man, like there's just boxes for days. Like it's insane. And I went here and I'm just like clicking through. I'm like, oh, minimum stock, okay, settings, okay, couriers. All this makes sense. And then I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, cool. Well, this is here. This is all. And then I hit sort, and that like cleaned everything up. And I do mean everything. Like I was dumping tons of stuff in here that I just didn't need, and it consolidated everything down and made it so much more easier to find stuff. Like look, we can see like 2,000 steps, all the different cobblestone things, 1,500 cherry wood. I could probably actually slow down on the cherry wood if we're being honest, but yeah, anyways, I wanted to come back here and start with this because I didn't see this in the wiki, and that's probably one of my biggest complaints so far with Minecolonies as a whole. Is a lot of the, I'm gonna click this just for education purposes, a lot of the fundamental buildings, the builder's hut, forester's hut, and so on, they all have like built-in guides that tell you like, oh hey, like this thing right here, this little help thing, built-in guides that kind of tell you what the building itself actually does and what you can and can't do, and at least for the start, like really helpful information. But when you get into some of the later buildings, like the Enchanter's Tower, which is over there, or some of like the blacksmith and engineering, the mechanical hut, it doesn't have one of those little FAQ buttons. And so like it was a lot of going back and forth between the building and looking at the UI and looking at the wiki and watching videos and stuff like that, which I found a couple people who were really helpful. Actually, there's a shout out to one of them later on once we walk through the town to kind of go over everything that's happened. But yeah, it's probably my biggest gripe with the mod so far is that when you get more into like the mid to late game, it doesn't really showcase what the buildings can and can't do. So all in all, I'm gonna kind of start over here. We've been definitely developing up the colony. It's been going really well. Most things are on their way to tier 5. The major buildings are at tier 5, so like our warehouse, all of the builder's hut. We have a new builder, as you can tell from down here in this resource scroll. They're actually going to be working on the sifter over there. What else we got? That person needs to be working on something. Oh, wrong one. And then that person's working on careers. In fact, you know what? We'll have, who is this? Rainesh. We'll just have Rainesh do this. Yeah. Been slowly upgrading all of our roads, which has been fantastic. A lot of the tier 5 buildings have these flags, so our guard towers and everything, our residences, they've all been kind of going on the up and up. In fact, we're gonna kind of just meander right on over here real quick into the town hall. And as we're walking over to it, you'll notice I've been doing some terraforming as well. I've been adding in some paths to some of the seating areas, planting flowers, trees, just to kind of make things look a little bit more lively. The town hall was the last thing that you saw there in that time lapse. Looks pretty nice. I was honestly kind of expecting things to be a little bit more extravagant for a T5 for this town hall, mostly because of just how cool the like Enchanter's Tower over there looks, and we'll see that in a moment. But I just want to come over here real quick just to kind of pop open to the statistics and be like, oh, we have 89 out of 90. Most people have a job, most people have a house, and everything like that. I don't have a quarry. I just haven't needed a quarry this entire time. And we had a kid. There was a couple kids actually at one point, but they've all since kind of gone away. Another thing that I've been noticing, just as kind of like a conversation while walking through the city here at night, and hopefully we don't get raided. Some of these raids are strong. And shout out to Ganondorf96, I believe was the user, who had commented on that if the colony is the one that does a lot of the defending of the raids, be it the barbarians, the pirates, and stuff like that, the difficulty scaling doesn't shoot up. But because I've been actually the one going through and handling a lot of the raids, it's been shooting up in difficulty, which has been kind of a problem of my own making. Well, you know, that's... Ooh, didn't know that. Which totally explains why the last time barbarians showed up, there were like 90 of them, and they all had like a whole bunch of... It was crazy. It was crazy. That did, in fact, prompt us to finish a lot of the walls and everything like that. But I want to keep walking this way real quick. I want to go over here, seeing a lot of the residences be finished up to tier 5. The barracks here has made itself to T5 as well. Really nice. Got tons of patrols going on. I do want to get another barracks. I think that's going to happen outside of the episode though. But I do want to get a second barracks going just to kind of help with that overall defense. Now that I know, so huge thank you to Ganondorf for that one. That was a good shout, my guy. Good shout. A lot of good stuff going on. We're seeing all of them kind of head off to their residence to go to sleep. Hey, look, and there we go. Look, a new kid. That's actually one of the things that I want to talk about is that some of the AI gets a little buggy. And the only way to kind of solve that is to deal with like chunk loading and making sure that where they might be, it is loaded properly so that the AI's like nav mesh or pathfinding is able to properly get them from, say, this building to their residence on the other side of the map. And I know the solution to that is actually just like be like, oh hey, there's a residence right here, put all the workers who work nearby into that residence, and you're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong. But also, I didn't have everything set to manual when I first started the playthrough, and so like going through and cleaning everything up is going to be, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. I'm gonna attempt to do some of that off camera between this episode and next episode, but whoo buddy, that is lesson learned right there. If you're gonna be doing anything with Minecolonies, set that bad boy to manual, not automatic. Don't take the easy way out. And we're actually kind of seeing that issue right here. It is actually a really good example of this, is where both of these couriers are just kind of stuck. In fact, when you click on them, it says they're sleeping right now. They have a house. I know they have a house. I've made sure everyone in this colony has a house. But here they are, sleeping. Anyways, the trade district over here, really up on the up and up. I'm not going to lie, Caledonia, fantastic style pack for mod colonies. It looks so good at night with all the lights and stuff like that. But man, it is definitely not beginner friendly. If this is your first foray into Minecolonies, totally do not recommend Caledonia. Maybe splash into it a little bit for some of the styles, like the gardening tower decorations and some of these other like seating plazas are really, really nice, really, really cool. But if you're just going straight into Caledonia like fresh, it's a bit on the rough side. Lot of grinding to be had. I also think I went a little overboard with some of the trees that I put everywhere. At first, at that stage when everything was going up, it definitely looked really nice, and it still looks really nice. I like all the rainbow, the RGB kind of vibe that this brings. But when it came to actually getting things all set down and planned and organized, it started becoming a little bit of a problem filling up the couriers' inventories and stuff like that. So definitely want to keep that in mind for the next colony. However, over here, like look at this, it's an awesome tree right next to the Enchanter's Tower. Looks really cool. This looks fantastic. This is the Alchemist Hut, and I have not been fortunate to have the Wandering Merchant show up with like a rainbow oak tree. I've seen it, I know it exists, I know it's a thing, but I wanted to do what I did with that marketplace over there and replace all of these oak leaves with rainbow oak leaves just to kind of fit back in with everything else. But this just looks really good. It looks really fun. There are some really cool just styles within Caledonia. Some of them, while they look great, such as the barracks, the Enchanter's Tower, it seems to bug the AI out a little bit, so definitely want to keep that one in mind. The windmill looks cool. I still need to use Create to make that spin. That's definitely on my bucket list before wrapping the series up. And we're going to head over to our bed real quick just to sleep before we continue on with checking a couple other things out. I love this garden tower. It looks so good. And again, a lot of this place just looks so good at night. All the iron lamps, the mixture of the gradients between the grays and the blues and the whites and stuff like that. It just looks good. It looks really good. Definitely a huge fan. Definitely a huge fan. So we're gonna run down here. Hopefully this doesn't tank the FPS. Another commenter, I believe, and this was also from Ganondorf when talking about the scaling of the mobs, also mentioned to bring a little bit of moss into the quartz block, the geode thing that I've been trying to make my home. And I agree. That was definitely what I needed. I was like, I know I needed some kind of green for where the glowberries like kind of start. And I was like, it doesn't work with just the dirt. What's the upside down green? And in the process of looking for it, I saw the comment come through. So huge shout there as well. The moss definitely brings a little bit more pop and nature to everything in here. Definitely like that. Definitely like that. Go ahead and just do this whole sleepy thing. The sleepy do. Got a lot of buildings going on, which is always good. Always good to see. We'll go back up and see. We'll see everything in the light of day. I need to upgrade these too at some point. But anyways, I had mentioned briefly back over there into the warehouse when we started our little wandering around of what all we accomplished, that in combination of me looking around to find out information on some of these buildings, especially things like how the plantation works, how a lot of the resources work for the sawmill and stuff like that. Huge shout out to Epic Games TV. Yeah, Epic Games TV. They have a really great series going on called Croptoria that also is utilizing the Minecolonies mod. And I believe that their current one is an underwater base. And so, look at that. Look at this little submarine. It's a little tiny submarine right here that has appeared. We'll say it's by magic. Totally, they totally drove a submarine here and just kind of parked it. And it's a little sub house. It's nice. I also don't know how they parked it here because like there's really no way for them to get in from that side or the other side. But look at that little tiny sub house. So thanks a lot, Epic, for giving me a lot of information in your videos because, oh my goodness, some of this stuff, the wiki does not cover it. So really cute. I like it. It's nice. Totally also looked at the underwater mine colony player house. I think actually is a giant submarine, and if you want to see what that looks like, it's much bigger. And I can't even do it justice if I were to like click it and like drag it out and show it. Just go check out their video because I believe later on today, since they also have videos that come out on Monday, it should be done. It should be, but don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. Anyways, we're gonna come back over here. We did a lot today. We went to the end. I fought the end dragon, the expanded, enhanced end dragon, which is a feat for me because I actually have never actually beat vanilla Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft for on and off for years, and I've never actually beat vanilla Minecraft. And I think if you do, you get a cool cape. So I might need to do that at some point. Who are you? Where are you? You're working. What is your job? Oh, you're the alchemist. It's got a cool little hat. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of that. So we managed to go to the end. We started upgrading everything to T5. A lot of our roadways are coming through. And just so you guys can see what that looks like, down here they have a whole bunch of rail systems and stuff. They're not fully built out yet, so the villagers aren't utilizing them, but we are definitely making headway with it. And this is something else I think that I would probably do differently with the next colony. I like the idea of what these roadways were doing and helping me like set up a grid system and understand where I'm going to be placing everything. But I don't think I would rely on the roads to be the rail system as well. I know in this pack it has the bi-rails, which I think would be much more lucrative overall. But that's just me. I think that's kind of how I would change it. I would definitely use like the alleys and the avenues as a way of organizing the Caledonia map pack more so than what I've done here with these roads. But who knows? I've also kind of confined myself to being in this tiny little bowl. I definitely underestimated just how much expansion was going to be going on. So, we're going to go all the way up here. Going up here, this is going to be one of the nicest ways to kind of overlook the entire colony, just see how far we've come. and kind of show off things such as the wall over there. Can I actually go up higher? Can I? I don't actually know. Can I? No, it's just this in every direction. Anyways, good shot of this. Look at this. This is the Enchantress Tower. Thing is nuts. It's got a lot of little fun signs that say like go away and don't do anything, but definitely one of my favorite buildings from this pack so far. Looks great. Same thing with the barracks over there. Only problem with this one, as well as the barracks, is that the AI gets stuck between like tier 4s and tier 5 and like tier 2 to tier 3. Something with like how it's trying to place the like blocks as a whole just doesn't work as well as it probably should. But yeah, I'm gonna just jump up on this, hopefully not fall. We've been doing a lot of good work. We got some residences over there, over yonder, that are going to be on the up and up. We got some nice little wall towers. The guard houses are all T5. I'm gonna get a couple more in, I think. Some of these like taller tower ones that kind of overlook, I think will be looking really good, especially like over here. We don't have anything in that direction. I want to get like a wall just to kind of help defend the colony a little bit more. We got all of our woodworking type things over here next to the forester. This needs to be kind of spruced up a little bit. You can kind of see right here I have a path going through, and I plan on doing that, these like natural walk paths throughout over in this area. I want to clean that up. I want to kind of take down some of these cherry blossom trees though and change them out for like birch or something like that to give it a little bit more pizzazz, not just all this like purple and pink going on. It's not bad, but it definitely gets overgrown real fast and he just can't keep up with it. So we got that going on. The university's in full swing. The school's in full swing. We haven't got to the hospital or a few of the other buildings over in our trade district backed over there for getting them upgraded to tier 5. So that's definitely going to be happening for the next episode. But for this one, I think we definitely accomplished a lot. Builders' huts, the town hall, as you guys saw, the warehouse, most of the core functionality. If I were to click this and look at fundamentals, the builder's hut, the restaurant, not the hospital, the foresters, the mine, residences, tavern. Most of these that we see in our fundamentals tab for the builder wand is at T5, which is great, which it's really telling us that we're in the end game now. It's also showing us that we need to make sure all of our recipes are good. That's been a thing, because right over here we're looking for smooth stone. So this tells me I gotta go over there to that stone smeltery and fix that recipe up so that like a lot more of this is kind of automated. But yeah, so there we go. We've done a lot. Fighting the end dragon was no joke. That totally didn't have to go watch a YouTube video. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know that you could like. Well, I knew you had to break the warp crystals. I knew that, but I didn't know you had to like climb up and break the things to like get to the other ones. I just thought you had to shoot it, so I just went with a bow and a whole bunch of arrows in a dream. And then like the bow wasn't working a lot of the time, so I had to hide in the little tower and just swipe it. Man, it was a journey. I was definitely not prepared for that at all. But yeah, that we've done well so far. So next week you guys are gonna see a spinning windmill. We're gonna see a lot more of this coming up to T5. We're going to be fixing a lot of the recipes, overall infrastructure week, and then we're going to be moving on to another colony, I think is what's going to be the plan, but more news on that next week. Past that though, thank you guys so much for tuning in and spending your Mondays with me. I like the song recommendations. Not only have you guys been actually like sending over some like really great music, I've been adding it to a playlist and using that while I'm playing. It's been fantastic. I love sharing my musical taste with you guys as well and talking about, you know, the colors and everything like that. But also, I just enjoy spending the time making content like this for you guys on a Monday. Minecraft Mondays, as you will. So, that's really fun. Anyways, as the sun starts to set here in Sympholony, again, whoever came up with that name, why would you do this to me? It's such a tongue twister. Please, no, never again. Why? It's been enjoyable. And I hope to see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your guys' week. And don't forget to send some music my way. You don't even have to like. You don't have to do anything. You can just comment and give me some music recommendations. And that's enough for me. All right, guys. You have a good one. Bye.